Natsu here. Hey, Natsu here. Today going to do part 7 of What If Deku Was a Half-Angel Girl. In my last part of this, I ended it right after the agency arc. Um, Deku and Vio both had full permission to actually go after any villains, no matter how dangerous they were, because Endeavor basically just told them do whatever you want, go stop villains and go kill Nomus, I don't care. So they basically had full capacity to do that. Ochako and Ida still got in trouble because, well, those two didn't have the permission to do it. They told Vio and Deku, as well as Ochako, that if they weren't that strong, it would have been idiotic to do what they did. But since it was basically, well, approved by a hero, some of them didn't get in trouble. Those that didn't get approved still got in trouble for good reasons. And now we go back to school. In this one, I'm going to do the island. So basically, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do both the hero versus students, and after that, still in this part, I'm going to do the island part. So, the movie. So, basically, after coming back from, the agency, everyone basically asked all of them, because people know that, how they hide it was that Deku and Vio basically had permission. They found Stain, and the other two basically got caught in the crossfire, and that's basically how they hide it. So basically, they asked Vio and Izuka, or Izumi. Yeah, I'll just call her Deku. But yeah, they basically asked them how strong was Stain, which they said he was pretty strong, they think. Which everyone just looked at them and said, "You think? What does that mean?" With then Ida directly saying that they are way too strong. During that time, there's the entire test being prepared. They get told about it. Those that didn't have the good score basically asked the same thing about getting, studying. This time, it basically happens the same way, except with one difference, and that's that since, the way I'm doing it, there's actually more people this time that would actually try to teach the others, mostly Deku and Vio as well would have time to do it. Vio still doesn't really believe that everyone should be taught by him, but he would be ready to do it anyway. Um, so basically, for all of that time, kind of happens the same, kind of doesn't at the same time. But yeah, so Basically, for the written part, Deku, Vio, and some others basically got 100%. Um, then we go to the hero, well, teacher versus students, where Bakugo and Deku are together. Um, Ochako and um, the guy with the navel laser, I never remember his name, they are together. And Vio take the place of Mineta. Yeah, except for All Might, they're going to have a hard time. No kidding. Which, basically, I'm going to set them up. Basically, everyone. Well, there's also Shoto that's a lot stronger. He's still in the same team with Momo. As well, he can fly, so bonus. So, basically, the way it happens is that for Shoto and Momo, for them, well, Shoto was able to take Aizawa by surprise by literally um, showing him the new ability he has, which is his flight, as well as the huge amount of power increase he got, both physically and with his quirk. They won. Basically, it's not a surprise. Well, for almost everyone except um, Deku, Vio, and Shoto. It's basically not really a surprise how powerful Shoto is. For everyone else, they basically just ask how the hell did he get that strong? Mostly Bakugo. He has one. He has one of the best quirk, but he's no match for a Saiyan powered by One for All, a well, a half angel that basically gets power almost faster than the Saiyan. Reason for that is basically because, well, both her body is trying to get stronger to, well, house the power of an angel, as well as them becoming a lot stronger just naturally. So completely they won. Basically kind of in the same way but with more tactics and with Shoto basically flying for multiple of the things. Which did make the part where Momo had come back and untie Todoroki kind of not happen because he literally didn't need that. Um, After that, there's the thing where hmm. Actually, you know what? Basically, I'm just going to say it like this: Todoroki won. Um, so yeah. Basically, the other ones are the ones that I truly gave a lot of thought to. So, the way it happens for, well, the ones that are truly stronger. So, to be more precise, Ochako basically didn't even get in the situation that they were in. Ochako literally overpowered 13. After that, there's Vio, who the way he won was freaking hilarious. Basically, since he's not human and that Midnight Spa work kind of works on humans only. Basically, she makes pheromones to make them, you know, basically, the whole thing with her is that she would normally be classed 18 plus for anything. So, yeah. Basically, her power didn't work on him, and he kind of just beated her down and saved Shiro. So Theo passed, Shiro lost. He was kind of mad about that, but still. Um, Midnight was surprised that her power didn't work on Theo, which basically kind of everyone did, to be more precise. Um, After that, there's, well, the last one, which is Deku and Bakugo against All Might. An All Might that I should say, since he passed like 1 month in the time chamber every day, his power is actually, well, a lot closer to his prime, even without using One for All that much. Like, he still uses it, but he doesn't have to go all out, and even when he needs to go all out, his power is almost that of his prime because of the huge amount of strength. So, just naturally, Deku kind of overpowers everyone, but All Might is now back to his, well, kind of prime, which makes him a huge powerhouse. He still has the weights to hold him back. But yeah, basically when they entered the fight, Izuka, well, Deku just told Bakugo, run to the exit, I'm taking care of All Might. Which Bakugo just said, if you're fighting, I'm fighting too. Izuka looked at him and told him, he can fly, he can punch through an entire building and make it crumble if he wants to. He could probably break the entire bone mass of your body in a single hit if he actually got time to grab you. While against me, I'm going to be able to hold a lot more. Do you know how much power, well, how much more powerful I got since, well, the start of the year? Which Bakugo kind of just said, well, there was those monsters that you fought, but All Might would have taken care of those. Which Izuka just thought, yeah, right now he could probably demolish them in one hit. Basically, not really at all. Basically, his power is kind of like just over his prime. He's pretty powerful, but basically All Might now has that, plus he can, well, just in physical strength, if I don't count the ki boost, if he actually boosts his body with ki, he's actually on a whole other level than that. Basically, he would have been able now to probably kill the Nomus after many, many hits. So yeah, he would still be able to beat them by this point. um, so Deku basically tells him that All Might will be hard to fight against, which not really. Izuka could probably kill him, but basically they required her to wear weights. She already has her gauntlets that basically weakens her power, but she still has a huge amount of strength. So they basically gave her the same kind of weights as All Might, but basically All Might chose the one for her, and they're basically like 4 or 5 times what he has on him, trying to make her be weak, as weak as possible. So when the fight starts, she basically decided not to go all out, just to kind of, well, not really save him the time, but basically make the fight still kind of fun for her. Which the fight kind of was after she decided to do that. But yeah, the way it happens is Deku and All Might basically start flying and basically go straight towards the other. Um, and when they meet in the middle, Deku and All Might just go straight to the point and just start fighting, using a lot of strength and basically just kind of breaking apart buildings around them. During that time, Bakugo was running, and basically he was looking at them just in the sky flying. He didn't know how the hell All Might was flying by now because, well, yeah, by this point he knew, well, he learned that All Might doesn't have a flying quirk. Basically just because Deku told him about it. But All Might's still able to fly. Which means that All Might is stronger. Which also means that, yeah, Bakugo wouldn't even have been able to fight against him. So, he basically just thought to himself, thanks Izuka, I really wouldn't have been able to do anything. So, the way the fight continued was both All Might and Izuka just, or Izumi I should say, I don't remember correctly. I have to pause. Okay, yeah, sorry. So they were basically fighting with punches, ki blasts, flying. And All Might was sure that, man, I'm as strong as her while she's wearing those. I'm really getting that strong. Until he basically heard a voice in his head, the guardian of the earth, basically telling him, she's holding back. You've got no chances. You should mostly try to go against Bakugo by this point. He's running under you. Which All Might basically looks down, sees Bakugo and thinks, yeah, I have to stop him. But in that second that he looked away, Izuka was able to basically punch him. Since he doesn't have his injury, she can't just punch there for a weakness. But her punches, basically when All Might doesn't block, are pretty freaking strong on him. She basically was able to stop him from moving. He tried to look at her, and she basically punched him to the ground. She grabbed the tape and basically came all the way down to him and basically wrapped his hand, saying, I got you. All Might just thinking, damn, if she wouldn't have come in to tell me that, I would have been able to keep fighting. Basically, he said it out loud, kind of, with only Izumi hearing it, and basically just thinking, what does he mean? Until he realized that the Guardian, ah man, because yeah, the Guardian knows how Izumi truly is, All Might can sense energy, but as long as she's not using it fully, she's he basically can't feel the full extent of it. And he basically thought that she was using her full power. Well, the full power that she was able to use while having the gauntlets and the bracelets. But yeah, basically after the guardian basically told him, "Nope, you're out of your league." He basically kind of almost shed his pants, turned around to go against Bakugo, and got ended. So after all of that, basically they know who won, they know who didn't, and they want and basically they separated them into the groups that won and lost. After a while, they basically told them that everyone was going, everyone was happy, and then um, they went for the mall where, yeah, Shigaraki is not even there. He's not going to fight against those things. Basically, talking about, well, the tree that basically destroyed his Nomus. So, he doesn't want to even fight against them. So, if they're going to be there, he's not going. Like, no freaking way. So, um, basically, that happened correctly. And then we go to the island. All Might basically talked to Ochako about it, since she is the successor. Um, but then he just thought that if he needed to explain how he got healed, it would be best for Izumi to go, which since she um, it wasn't really on, and that he could only bring one person, he didn't know who to bring. So he decided that he would actually ask them directly, like who would come, and in the end, it ended up being Ochako. Only reason is that Izumi said that it's going to be fine, and basically just tell. Basically, he explained that someone there basically knows about his injury and would probably ask to know how he got healed. So yeah. Okay, now we would need to go to well, next part, which is actually going there. And while going there, um, well, firstly, Momo basically got the well, multiple invitation, so she was able to bring the rest of the class. Um, so arriving there, basically, Deku and Vio sensed Ochako directly and knew where to go, and basically just went to them. All Might and Ochako sensed them, and basically it was before they met. Um, what was her name? Melissa. Basically, they were able to get to them before they met her. They were basically talking until she arrived. I just realized something, and I really don't like that. Um, yeah, so basically, when she arrived, she was talking to All Might, All Might not having any trouble holding his form by now, basically just says that everything's good. When she asks him if she gained weight, he basically says no, it says it's easier than ever, which makes her laugh. And then she sees, well, all three of the other people that are basically just there and basically ask who they are. And he says that it's some of his students from UA and that each one of them is pretty powerful in their own rights. Then she basically asks them how good well, basically how they were, and was basically just making conversation. And yeah, so basically, before they really get into a conversation, All Might basically ask where Melissa's father is, and she basically brings them to him. Um, they got to the place, they met together. Um, Thomas, I think it's his name, Thomas Shield. Well, just Shield basically told Melissa to bring the three basically somewhere else that they need to talk, and All Might just says, "Young Izumi, can you stay for a bit? It's not going to be long." Which Shield basically looked at him a bit, and All Might told him, "You're going to get why." So basically, Melissa brought Vio and Ochako back to her room um, to show them some of her inventions, while Shield basically asked why she was asked to stay, which he basically showed the place where his injury should be, and just said, "Because I found someone who could heal this." And he was impressed, well, mostly surprised, and basically asked what the hell, how she did it. And she explained that for now, there's no injury that she meant that she wasn't actually able to heal since she unlocked that power, and that she's even been helping him get stronger. Which Shield basically looked at All Might and asked what does she mean. With All Might basically saying a secret, and basically to not say it to anyone else, but that the three kids are basically stronger than him, even right now, and he is even stronger than his prime. And Shield is basically just thinking, wait, you're stronger than before you even got the injury, and they're stronger than you? Who are they? Which All Might basically says that Izumi and Ochako are both the daughters of basically Deku's dad and Ochako's dad. Basically, I never gave them any name, but yeah, basically all four of them knew each other. Shield knew them, and basically when he said that, well, when All Might said that, Shield was basically just really happy to see that. So they did leave some people to basically take on their strength and become heroes. And you're training them, with All Might saying that, well, yes, since they are at UA. So Shield still want to look at his quirk factor and sees that it's going down, but he's still at stronger than what he was in his prime, which he didn't get how. Which All Might then said once again, "She's been training me. Thanks to her, I'm extremely powerful, even without using it." which um, he basically said, yeah, well, the amount of your quirk that you're still able to use is pretty small. I'm impressed you're even that strong thanks to it. Then he looked at Izumi and said that thanks to her, the number one hero can still fight for a while, which is pretty good. And that thanks to them being here, even after that, they're still going to be strong people. Which basically he told them that they should go for now to enjoy the place, and that he's going to try and catch up later. So Izumi and All Might left, and Shield called off the attack, and basically reinforced everything to basically make sure that they wouldn't get in. And yet this time they don't get in compared to one of my other what ifs. So basically after that it kind of just goes as it was planned, a normal night, everyone kind of meets up. But yeah, before that happens, there's still them meeting with everyone else, doing the villain test on the mountain. And those are basically the two last things I'm doing before calling this video off, because everything else after that basically goes just smoothly. The villains aren't even able to attack, and yeah. So basically, when they finally meet up with everyone else, since they know where they are, this time compared to being Bakugo doing the thing, it was actually Ochako and Vio. Well, Vio right now, Ochako right after, and All Might basically catched up to them with Deku. They basically saw All Might and were all super happy to see him. Then Vio basically set a super high score. They said that Izumi should try, but Ochako said that she was first. Basically, she went over Vio's record, basically using One for All and turning Super Saiyan, just to really punch it through him that, yeah, I'm stronger. And Izumi basically says, so, you want to play it like that? Everyone looks at her, even Melissa, and she does, well, Izumi does something that no one else basically thought would be ever done. She removes both of her gauntlets. All Might, Vio, and Ochako basically feel a raise in power. Izumi's power was way stronger than what they thought would be without her gauntlets. She trains with them, and her power is huge. Right now, her power is actually higher than what Ochako was having, but not too much higher. They're basically almost at the same level. Izumi is basically like 1% over her, so yeah, pretty high when you count their strength. But in terms of what they actually have, it's not that much stronger. But one thing that Izumi has that is better than Ochako is actually her speed is basically a lot faster naturally. And she basically breaks the robot. Like, Vio got it in about 4 seconds, basically moving at his max speed. Ochako in about a second and a half. And then there's Izumi, who just kind of did it completely in less than a second. With everyone basically just being baffled by her speed. She came back, took her gauntlets, and put them back on, and basically just hit her energy once again. And Melissa was the one that was the most impressed. by the huge amount of power, because she never met anyone with that much strength except All Might. And those three were able to all do something like that, which didn't scare her. She was just amazed because, well, that strength was capable of fighting against, well, probably All Might himself. She was just asking herself how they were able to do that. So, yeah, basically, after that, the night kind of goes as it was planned from the start, a normal night, and basically nothing bad happening. No villain attacks, and yeah, so after that, they kind of go back to school, ready to go to the forest training arc. And this is where I'm cutting it. Hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions or stuff like that about this what if or any of my others, just ask me in the comment section. I'm going to try and answer everything that I can. And I'm going to leave a link to my Discord in the description. Hope you join. Natsu out.